When talking about good isekais, which anime comes to your mind? Maybe Konosuba? Maybe Shield Hero? Maybe Overlord? One thing is certain, there are lots of good isekais. But did you ask yourself, which one is the perfect isekai? Well, I guess I have the answer. Isekai is a genre that a lot of people love, and it's a type of anime that's been around for a long time. Even now, there are lots of isekais coming out every season. When someone asks me which one is the perfect isekai, in the midst of all excellent animes that are out there, I only have one answer: Grimgar, Ashes and Illusions. If you want to know why I think like that, stay around until the end, and you will understand my point of view. This story is centered around Hero, a guy that suddenly wakes up in another world. He doesn't remember anything, and he doesn't even know that he is in another world. All that he knows is that he is in this unknown place, with other people that also don't know how they arrived there. If he wants to survive, he only has one option: become an adventurer. But he soon will realize that he isn't special. He is just another person that is in that situation. Between all the people that were there, the strongest ones formed a group, and Haruhiro was left behind, because he was weak. The people that were left also formed a group, and now they need to learn to get along if they want to survive. Just like a normal person, everyone was anxious to start this new adventure, and they were kinda hyped. But soon enough the reality slapped them in the face. They soon realized that they weren't special, they were weak, and they will pass through hard things if they want to survive. Even a goblin that is the weakest monster in that world is a dangerous enemy that could easily kill them. This story, although interesting, isn't enough to make a perfect anime, and you also already noticed that the production quality of this anime is amazing. But again, that just isn't enough to make a perfect isekai. There are lots of isekais with amazing production quality as well. So, if it isn't the story, and it isn't the production quality or the soundtrack, what can make this one the perfect isekai? Let's go a little bit deeper and see what is different about this anime. Various points come to my mind, but first let's talk about characters. Every character on this anime feels like a person that I can relate to. They all have weakness and insecurities. They just aren't perfect. And that just makes the anime feel real. And that's what I think makes this isekai different from others. It just feels like a real isekai. It feels like this anime is about what would really happen if you were transported to another world. And it isn't just because the characters are relatable. There are also other points that I want to talk about. But let me say one more thing or two about characters. At one point in the anime, Haruhiro will become the leader of the group, and he just wasn't ready for that. He didn't have the self-confidence that was needed to become a leader, and he didn't think he was capable of doing that. But there wasn't other options. He needed to become the leader of the group. He was the only one that was capable of that, or at least, he was the one that was most capable. You may think that becoming the leader is awesome. I mean, who doesn't like to give orders to others? We all like to have power, but it isn't like that. They were in a dangerous environment. The leader was an important role. If he made just a little error, a friend of him could die, and that's a heavy burden to carry. And now, other reason that make this anime feel real is the need for teamwork. When you watch an isekai, usually each one have a role, but they always work separately. The most that we'll see happen is a healer healing the frontliner after he takes some damage, but that's as far as they go. But in this anime it is different. There are also roles in this anime, like a healer, a tank, and a rogue. The difference is that on this anime you actually feel like they need to work together if they want to kill a monster. Even though they have trained a lot, one person alone couldn't handle with a goblin. If they wanted to kill one, they needed to work together, and most importantly, they needed to have synergy. Once again, this makes the anime feel real. If you were transported to another world, let's be honest, you wouldn't be overpowered. You would just be a random guy with a big sword that was trying to do something. Other reason that make me believe that Grimgar is the best isekai is interaction and the relation between the characters. They don't just like each other or hate each other because yes, they have reasons to love and to hate each other. And even though that one may hate other, they still need to work together. One person leaving the group is enough to make everyone die. It doesn't really matter if the person that left was the healer or the tank. They would die without that person, that's a fact. But the show doesn't stop there. As the anime goes, and as the characters will pass more time with each other, they will start to develop their relation, and they will start to understand each other. They will think about what is the other person's insecurities, and what is his goal, what he wants to do. How can I help him doing that? The anime managed to show all of this, while still making you entertained, and showing action scenes almost every episode. All this together, and the fact that the girls are cute, is what makes me think that Grimgar is a perfect isekai. And what about you? Which anime do you think is a perfect isekai? Let me know down below in the comments. I always read all the comments, and I would love to hear what you think.